UFC 216. Las Vegas will host one of the biggest events of the year, featuring a stacked main card with 2 title fights. As 155-pound champion Conor McGregor prepares for his return, the interim title goes up for grabs in the night's headliner.
Stay low, stay low, stay low.
When Tony Ferguson, owner of the longest lightweight win streak in history,
Ferguson just keeps marching forward, man.
takes on the brash young Kevin Lee.
I am the best lightweight in the world.
Beautiful work there from Ferguson.
And I want to break some records.
It's just so hard to anticipate what this young man is going to do.
Pretty scary for the rest of this division, just what this man has accomplished.
I love to be the one to go out there and put him down and show the people that I'm the next generation.
Beautifully done by Kevin Lee.
The co-main event features a bout for the history books, as flyweight champ Demetrious Johnson seeks his 11th straight title defense.
You see a new look from him every time. He's so diverse.
Which would break the legendary Anderson Silva's all-time record.
This is definitely uncharted territories for any champion out there.
Demetrious Johnson, one title defense away from UFC immortality.
And I'm looking to go out there to finish.
This is a guy who loves what he does, and he is extremely tough.
And challenger Ray Borg aims to become the second man to hold the 125-pound belt.
DJ's not going to break the title defense record because he's fighting me. And I'm going in there to take his head off.
I'm coming for that belt, and there's nothing that's going to stop me. I can promise that.
Beautiful!
Plus, top 10 heavyweights with their sights set on title contention.
The main thing is my next goal. You know, my next goal is be a champ again.
20 seconds, Werdum. Sensacional, Werdum. É isso aí.
The Black Beast strikes again. That is one frightening individual.
On October 7th, I believe I can get that knockout in the first round.
When these warriors enter the octagon for fight night, the landscape of MMA will change forever. But first, get ready for UFC 216 Countdown. Undisputed lightweight champion Conor McGregor's recent endeavor in boxing has kept him away from the UFC. And with his return date undetermined, an interim title at 155 has been introduced.
Sensational victory for Tony Ferguson.
Tony Ferguson, owner of the longest win streak in the division's history, will face emerging star Kevin Lee. Now a Las Vegas resident, the Motown phenom's rise to contention first began on the rough inner-city streets of Detroit.
Since his UFC debut in 2014, no lightweight has more wins than Kevin Lee.
Michigan has always bred the best fighters in the world, and it's for a reason. You can't teach that hunger, you can't teach that drive, you can't teach them cold winter nights. When I won my first title, I knew right then and there I was ready for the UFC. I packed up my bags in my car and I just started driving west. I ended up hitting Las Vegas. I've got my training camp now. I've got the people around me. We just getting started.
While his departure from Detroit brought him a better life, it was professional-level training and coaching which advanced Lee's fighting career, thanks to one of the game's most experienced masterminds, Robert Follis.
So when you're getting in on that double, I want to see way less flare and way more drag. Heavy, heavy. Working with Kevin has been a very fun journey. It took a little while for us to mesh as coach and athlete. You can feint some hands, floating them out, good defense. Little motion, that's it, just a little bit. But we've really started to meld over the last couple of years, and that trust that builds over time has really come together, and I think that's a big reason why we're here.
Kevin Lee, the Motown phenom.
Since joining forces with Follis in 2014,
Nice right hand for Kevin Lee.
Kevin Lee has been nearly unstoppable,
Oh, high kick.
Good flurry. Oh, he caught him on the chin.
winning 9 of his last 10 fights.
And you see the confidence brewing now for Kevin Lee.
I said this many years ago. I already knew that I would be here, so I kind of had that vision already.
Mutafu's in trouble. There's the tap. Kevin Lee
And I treated myself like a world champion for these last 4 or 5 fights.
I'm looking at a kid like this, and what I see is massive potential.
When I was back in Vegas and I fought the Australian that everybody had high hopes for.
Now he's got him flat. This is brutal.
How about the Motown Phenom?
It was the same as when I was over in Ireland and I fought the tough Russian.
It looks like he's getting tighter.
I think he's out. Submission victory.
It was the same as when I was in Brazil and I fought a 3-time world kickboxing champion.
Oh, big head kick for Kevin Lee.
Beautifully done by Kevin Lee, and he's got him extended.
There's the tap.
There's another piece that gets you to a title, and winning fights is one of it.
The Motown Phenom.
And then you got to have a little it. People want to see you, they want to hear you talk, and Kevin's got that piece.
The only reason he took the fight is because it's in OKC. I'm going to carry him through this card. He's going to headline because of me. After that, he's going back to the prelims. But I just hope he shows up because I know his mama got tickets, so.
Shut up about, hey, smack out of you right now. Don't you ever talk about my mom.
Yeah, what's good?
Lee captivated the masses for his headlining attraction against 6th-ranked Michael Chiesa in a fight that would prove his place amongst the best at 155 pounds.
Let's see if Lee can turn this into a double leg takedown.
Look at Kevin Lee, though. Goes straight to the back. Chiesa's got a hell of a chin on him, but these punches from Kevin Lee starting to take their toll.
Lee is hammering him right now. Those hurt very bad, and this whole round has been controlled by this back mount. Now that choke is in.
And there it is.
But Kevin Lee spent little time savoring the win and began to lay the groundwork for his next fight almost immediately.
You know, I think we were a little disappointed we didn't get to see all 5 rounds, Kevin. You know, I was really excited to see you going out there and slinging some leather against Michael Chiesa. My question was, what was going on in your head as soon as you guys slammed on the mat?
Can we put a real journalist on? Before the fight, you were saying I had my left hand down, he was gonna hit me with the right hand, and he's a southpaw.
Hey, buddy, you gotta get
it didn't even make sense.
Man.
So I'm
all
more,
you're doing is this, man.
You're talking to
you
somebody
don't
with
want
more fights in the same amount of time as you.
I will eat you up for lunch, but that's not the case because you don't meet my standards on this. You have to put in your time, kid. Keep talking, keep building your brand. We're gonna cross paths one of these times.
For Tony Ferguson, this title shot has been a long time coming.
Tony El Cucuy Ferguson. Oh, good left hook by Ferguson. Oh, my goodness.
Since winning the Ultimate Fighter Season 13, Ferguson used his flashy brand of freestyle combat to clean out the division.
His technique and creativity are beautiful.
Oh, big elbow there for Ferguson. El Cucuy.
Where he applied relentless pressure on the best lightweights in the world.
And that's Ferguson at his best, mixing it up. You don't know what's coming.
Excellent scrambling. Now he's going for the darts. He's got a wicked darts choke.
There's the tap.
Beautiful combination from Tony Ferguson.
The former UFC lightweight champion, Rafael Dos Anjos.
My fight style is plain and simple. Gritty. I'm gonna come at you. I'm gonna test your conditioning. I'm gonna test your heart.
Ferguson with a nasty combination.
Ferguson just keeps marching forward, man.
And for sure, I'm gonna test that durability on that chin.
Tony El Cucuy.
With 18 combined wins over 19 fights, Tony Ferguson and Kevin Lee have been racing towards the lightweight belt.
Look, Tony, I'm
You can go ahead and keep saying that.
As the rivalry quickly developed, the interim title fight on October 7th offered the perfect opportunity for them to settle the score.
Look, I'm up here.
You know, I've got 9 consecutive victories. I'm looking for that 10th consecutive victory.
I said at the beginning of this year that I was going to go from unranked, unknown to a #1 contender, and I'm going to surpass that. I'm going to be a champion, and not only that, I'm going to be a defending champion.
He's an opponent. He's got 2 hands, he's got 2 feet, he's got 1 head. And he's going to have his hands full come October 7th.
It's a one-sided beating this whole way. It's going to be a one-sided beating through the media, and it's going to be a one-sided beating through the fight.
I'll see you later, Kevin. Train hard.
Southern California is rich in high-level mixed martial arts training. And there's one gym that helped pave the way, Black House MMA, which originally served as the U.S. training ground for former Brazilian champions, such as Rafael dos Anjos, Lyoto Machida, and the legendary Anderson Silva. The gym has since then expanded to include other world-class fighters,
Flowing around.
such as UFC 216 headliner Tony Ferguson and UFC welterweight Alan Jouban, who share one another's flair for the dramatic.
Alan Jouban's very rangy, very lengthy, and he's got good flow.
Adjust your levels, adjust your movement, adjust your reaction. Very nice. Counters, nice flows.
It's eye-opening rolling with him. He incorporates just kind of like free flow, freestyle. Very unorthodox, but he gets the job done every time.
Nice and flow. Look for your openings. You find that too, Alan. You see what he's feeling like? Just flow in there and feel it.
When Ferguson travels to the fight capital of the world for UFC 216, he will be entering his opponent's adopted home. But Kevin Lee is not alone. Success in the sport has afforded his family new luxuries previously unavailable in Detroit, Michigan.
I just bought my first house. I'm getting ready to show my parents for the first time, my little brothers. You know, I've only seen the place once or twice my damn self, so y'all get the exclusive.
Oh!
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is gorgeous, man. I do dig this.
You want to see the backyard? You know, these Vegas nights, you need something to keep you cool, keep the tension out the muscles. See, I'm thinking ahead already.
I love this.
Kevin has always been determined, even as a child. Whatever he sets his mind to, he's gonna accomplish it.
Here, go, let's go see upstairs.
You can see the neighborhood we're in now. We don't have to worry about gangs, people breaking into your houses.
Oh!
This is my room when he's
Oh!
in the bathroom.
We done been in a couple houses, and people will break in with my little brother laying on the couch. You know, they'll just come in, you know, he's got to pretend like he's asleep. We don't have to worry about that no more.
You did all right there, young man.
We came a long way, I'll tell you that.
All right there, young man.
Look, we just getting started. Look, I'm telling you, boy.
And I always knew he would be somebody. Didn't know what he would be, but I always knew he would be somebody.
The latest advantage for fighters residing in Las Vegas is unlimited access to the UFC's newly erected Performance Institute. This state-of-the-art facility offers world-class technology and equipment, as well as a full-time staff of sports science and nutrition experts.
We're quickly becoming the top destination for high-performance training for mixed martial artists. We had a team of VPs that essentially did their homework. They went out and they traveled to over 66 different high-performance training facilities worldwide. That's where this idea came from. Our initiatives are athlete-focused, and that's the biggest thing that we can offer. Individualized plans centered around nutrition, improved physical performance, as well as physical therapy and rehabilitation after injuries.
It is here where lightweight champion Conor McGregor prepared for his boxing match with Floyd Mayweather. And Kevin Lee has adopted a similar regimen for the biggest fight of his life.
I've restructured my training camps. I'm starting to take that more of a boxing kind of mentality. With the Performance Institute, I'm able to incorporate my team around me.
Good footwork, good movement, nice snappy punches.
That's what I'll focus on mostly today is the head movement.
That's what today's all about.
Punches, yeah.
That's what today is all about. Pure straight boxing for 15 minutes, that's plenty.
Yeah.
Here we go, begin.
Yes, how my story goes. To get to the top, I had to feel the pain.
You know, everybody wants to talk about who's the pound for pound best and who's this and who's that.
There we go.
He ain't been shown yet.
Head moving.
It's gonna be that next generation. It's gonna be that guy that's really able to blend everything.
Nice body work. That's it. Rolling with them. Head's already moving. I like that.
I'm happy to be the forefront and show that guy is me.
Pretty scary for the rest of this division, just what this man has accomplished at just 24 years old.
Moving, that's it, nice and loose.
Outstanding all-around performance for Kevin Lee.
Stop.
We can do it, it'll be easy money.
Oh, easy money for sure, yeah.
But for the seasoned veteran Tony Ferguson,
You're a punk.
Right,
You're a
right.
punk. I'm gonna humble your ass October 7th.
Switch.
this championship bout has been a long time coming, and no amount of pre-fight banter would derail his focus.
Fantastic performance by Tony Ferguson.
Push. Good, stay low.
He's trying to beat me by trying to get inside my head, but I've faced every single kind of athlete and fighter that you can face.
Just so hard to anticipate what this young man is going to do.
Everybody wants to do this, where I'm trying to be like, hey, let's do this. This is what's up, this is what makes fights, and this is how you win them. Talking doesn't win fights. Kevin Lee, dude, your ass is grass. Come October 7th.
I'm gonna submit myself as the new world champion, the next generation. The folks that really know me, they already know. On October 7th, the whole world will know.
Of all UFC champions in the promotion's rich history, there are none more spectacular than the great Anderson Silva,
Gentlemen, you received your instructions.
who won the middleweight title in October of 2006.
Anderson Silva, down goes Franklin.
And vanquished challengers in every outing for nearly 7 years.
Get his legs across. That's what's. He's tapping. It's all over.
I was a big fan of Anderson Silva.
Oh! He front kicked him in the face.
He was a true martial artist.
That's incredible.
I remember when he set this record.
9 title defenses. He looks to defend it against Chael Sonnen. Big right hand, looking to finish the fight. A brilliant job by the champion. Anderson Silva defends his title for a UFC record 10th time.
I was like, oh my God, he's at 10. Nobody's never gonna get 10 consecutive title defenses.
Just 2 months after Silva's 10th and final title defense, 2 of the world's top flyweights entered the spotlight and fought for the inaugural 125-pound belt.
History to be made tonight in the first ever flyweight championship fight. Look at that, ducked onto that. Look at how quick that is.
Then here's little old me, the first ever flyweight champion. I'm the only fighter to ever hold this belt.
You see a new look from him every time. He's so diverse.
I've submitted people.
Demetrious Johnson defends his flyweight belt again.
I've KO'd people.
He just does everything perfect. If you
7 bonuses.
He's spinning for the arm. He's tapping! Unbelievable! It's the latest submission ever.
He strives for perfection.
He figures you out, finds out where the openings are, and in this case, finishes the fight quick. And it's all over!
He's knocking on the door of the history. He's looking to tie Anderson Silva's record for title defenses, but he is also knocking on the door of being the greatest mixed martial artist of all time. Demetrious Johnson, 1 title defense away from UFC immortality.
If I am able to go out there and win this fight, then I'll be the longest reigning UFC champion ever in history.
Demetrious Johnson embarks on the most important training camp of his life, preparing as he always has in the Pacific Northwest, with the team that brought him from contender to pound-for-pound great.
One, two, step 2, 3, 2. Add the left knee. DJ is a unique, once-in-a-lifetime fighter. 1, 2, fade, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, slip, 2, 3, 2, left knee. He has the skill set and the mindset to go out there and do everything we give to him. No, you're okay. Just if you end up that tight, you gotta bring your knee up and then chop it down.
He's the complete package. He's got everything that it takes. And when he does break Anderson Silva's record, is going to show the world that he is the greatest fighter in the history of combat sports.
Albuquerque, New Mexico is home to the 11th consecutive challenger to Demetrious Johnson's belt. Ray Borg made his MMA debut just 1 month prior to DJ winning the inaugural UFC flyweight title.
Danger here for Elliott.
And ever since, the 24-year-old has kept a watchful eye on the champion.
When the flyweight division was introduced to the UFC, DJ just comes out and, blows everybody out of the water. It wasn't until about his 4th title defense I was like, I'm gonna fight this guy, and that's the goal. Every fight he had, I was more and more determined to beat him. It's always been about beating DJ.
Ray Borg signed with the UFC less than 2 years after his professional debut.
This kid is legit.
The Chaz Mexican Devil!
And displayed a level of grappling aggression that put the entire division on notice.
How is out Ray Borg?
This is a guy who loves what he does, and he is extremely tough.
But it wasn't until the New Mexico native joined his home state's world-famous fight camp 18 months ago
I'm coming for that belt, and there's nothing that's gonna stop me, I can promise that.
that he would reach his full potential.
We've always been familiar with Ray. He's fought against some of our guys in the past. He's been on the local regional scene. He's always been one of the best prospects in New Mexico.
Nice scramble.
Run it. When he joined up with us, we were really happy. And I think what we've been able to work on and accomplish together over the last year and a half is giving him the remaining tools that he needs to become not only a world champion, but a multi-defending world champion. Unpredictable with those injuries. Very nice.
The Jackson Wink Academy develops world-class fighters with a deep roster of high-level coaches, including mastermind Greg Jackson, whose affinity for fighter-specific mentoring shines brightest on Fight Night.
Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, now trains at Jackson Wink.
He's a very good submission artist, very diverse guy, can do a lot of different things.
Greg Jackson, just having him in your corner alone is night and day.
Watch his legs, take him seriously, keep him apart, turn, sit.
He's just a complete mastermind when it comes to breaking things down technically, psychologically during a fight.
This is nice. For the first time in a fight, I could see.
Forward first. They want him to keep his distance, right?
He really opened my eyes to really become a smarter, more educated fighter.
Beautiful transition. Good end on top. Good scramble. Yes, Ray.
Yeah, Ray Borg.
Ray Borg!
As Borg anticipated from day one, his title shot will come against long-reigning champion Demetrious Johnson, who looks to make history at UFC 216.
Our gym's faced a lot of the unbeatable champs before, people like Ronda Rousey, and we've come up on top. I know we have the game plan, the formula, the skill, the technique, and the athlete to beat the great Demetrious Johnson.
Good, levels. Beautiful.
I know Ray's the guy that's gonna get it done. You're covering up, you're countering big. Keep fighting smart.
When I go in there, I'm not going in there to do well against DJ. I'm going in there to beat DJ. He's in for a rude awakening.
Flyweight king Demetrious Johnson is deep into training camp, preparing for the historic co-main event at UFC 216. 10 consecutive title defenses led him to this point, and head coach Matt Hume has been with him every step of the way.
I can lift, but I don't have leverage here. I want to keep this and create the leverage with it here. From the day DJ walked in, I knew that he had the mentality to do this. And we haven't focused on being a world champion, we've focused on being a martial artist.
So when you mean I keep running, once I go here, and step more, or just stay there?
No.
Okay, gotcha.
Everything from boxing to kickboxing to Thai boxing to the transitions that put all of those together, we've worked for years on, and he owns everything now. Take a little more angle. Boom.
We will evaluate our opponent and see what things we need better for this guy.
Yeah.
We fought Wilson Hayes, we knew that, Matt wanted me to be stronger, bigger for that fight.
You turned a little bit, right, but you're pulling him to you.
Gotcha.
I do that so I can go out there and finish.
That meticulous preparation was on full display when the pair looked to tie the title defense record in Kansas City.
Demetrious Johnson, the title reign, 1,666 days.
Oh, yeah. Yep, you're picking him up. Hey! Up! Hey! Beautiful!
And Demetrious, look at him, just cutting the corner. He's not there, never in front of him. Another quick right hand from DJ. Wilson Hayes is not even getting off a counter strike. Oh, beautiful kick to the body for Johnson. DJ willing to engage here. Hammer fist raining down. Big round two for the champion, punctuated by that right hand.
Keep throwing your combinations, they'll get through. Okay. He can't take you down, so now you can start banging the knees in the clinch. Okay. There you go, keep picking him apart, the speed kills.
He's taking advantage of every single opening, both on the ground and standing. Look how quick DJ sends that right hand through. Now DJ with the takedown, too easy.
Good, control that arm,
DJ working on an armbar here. There's the tap. Demetrious Johnson submits Wilson Hayes. He moves alongside Anderson Silva. 10 successive UFC title defenses.
Werdum's close proximity to DJ over the years has helped keep training schedules flexible, not only to fine-tune preparation, but also to ensure Mighty Mouse makes that walk to the octagon every time.
The thing that he probably hates hearing the most is, how are you feeling? Every day, several times a day. Okay, sprint, go, down and back. We don't have everything set by a schedule every day. We see how they're feeling to determine what we should do. A little banged up from a hard week, so we're in the pool today. If you panic when you go underwater, when your heart rate's up, you're gonna have to come right back up. Go under, go! So I give them things to retrieve under there to try to focus and get their heart rate under control, and then we'll swim some laps underwater and keep changing it up. Okay, down, back down. Control your oxygen.
When you're training 8 weeks in and out of the gym, punching and kicking or wrestling and grappling, that stuff's all fun, but sometimes it's good to get away from the gym, mix up the environment, keep the brain fresh, keep enjoying the process of getting ready for, you know, a historical moment.
Flyweight title challenger Ray Borg spent his childhood frequently relocating to various towns across New Mexico before settling down in Albuquerque. And as his life became more grounded, he saw the importance of having family close by.
I'll take a shot. What do you want for dinner, John?
Some elk.
Some elk? Moving my little brother down here with me had to have been one of the best decisions that I'd ever made in my life.
Oh, you hit it.
In the spine?
Yeah.
Right in the spine. He was at a young age to where in the town that we're from, most kids are getting in trouble and starting to hang with the wrong crowd. All right, John, feed me some skunk. It's the weirdest animal you'll ever hunt. I just knew I needed him down here under my guidance. I knew that I had the formula on how to help make him a better person and a successful kid. Ooh, nice.
There's times where he would come up on the weekends, just pick me up, and we'd hang out for the summer. Eventually, you know, I wanted to move down here, you know, better opportunities, more stuff to do. He ended up, you know, handing me a bow over, you know, hey, try this. Once I shot it, I kind of just grew on it and learned the background of it and picked up the job.
Ooh, dude, right in the butt.
In addition to his brother Jonathan, Borg enjoys sharing his interests with his wife Amanda.
Alan was just left.
His mutual love for competition drew them together as young fighters chasing the same dream.
First, I was pretty intimidated to meet her because I watched her fight and I was like, holy crap, this chick is tough. Usually in a hunting scenario, you'll have a rangefinder that'll tell you the exact yardage from me to the animal or to the target. Well, to make it challenging, we have to judge our own yardage. If you hit it, you hit it. If you don't, your yardage is probably off, which hers will probably be off. Oh, I screwed up on that shot.
Give that 12 for Mandy.
Oh, damn it.
10 for Ray.
This is where competition starts to heat up. We won't talk to each other for like an hour.
Man, Ray just came out of the woodworks on that.
Out of the woodwork, the champ. My wife, Amanda, plays a huge role, not only my success, but, you know, in my camp, you know, leading up to this fight.
4, 3, 2, 1, go! Done!
Most fighters' wives are tired of their husbands being gone or training all day. You know, she's in the grind with me.
I know DJ's been the champ for so long, but I just don't see anybody in that division with my husband's skill set.
Done! Job.
He's never faced anybody as young and hungry as I am. No one who's wanted it the same way I've wanted this. DJ will not beat me simply for the fact that I want this belt more than he wants that 11th win, and I can promise you that.
This is a hungry, hard-working, nasty guy when he gets in that octagon.
He's fought some tough, durable guys. But at the end of the day, if he hasn't fought Ray Borg,
ooh, big takedown.
I know in my heart and I know in my mind that I am going to beat DJ and I am the man to do it.
The reality is that everyone who has faced DJ has said that and everyone has failed.
10 title defenses, 6 of them stoppage wins.
Ray Borg is a different challenge than some of the other guys. I've seen Ray Borg play against the opponent's weaknesses, but DJ doesn't have weaknesses.
When Demetrious Johnson and Ray Borg face off in the co-main event at UFC 216,
Oh, big left hand there by Ray Borg.
the landscape of MMA will change forever. No matter what the outcome, history will be written.
They are all still chasing Demetrious Johnson at 125 pounds.
I think it's going to be like the last 10 of them. Go out there, give them my best, win this fight impressively, showing the world that I'm a whole nother level.
So dangerous when he gets into a dominant position and strikes until he gets the opening.
History will be broken, but not for DJ. It's going to be the second ever UFC flyweight champion.
Perfect technique. Another amazing, dominant performance for the champion.
Before the two title fights, the top UFC 216's main card, a third feature bout will showcase one of the greatest fighters to ever compete, who is also one of MMA's best jiu-jitsu experts, former heavyweight champion Fabricio Werdum.
Agora jogou. Entra. Não, tá vendo? Mas ó, eu não entendi o que você tá fazendo. Ele está pra ele. Tá fazendo isso aqui, ó. Não, a hora que você jogar, você desce com ele fechando o cotovelo. Aí, ó. Werdum is a 3 times world champion with the gi, and also he's a 2 times EDCC champion, which is the most prestige world championship. Aí você vai jogar ele, quando você jogar de cara, pum, joga de cara, vai, continua, pá, continua. Pum, isso. He's very motivated to get the title back.
The road back to the title starts with knockout artist Derrick Lewis, who knew he had a future in fighting from the very moment he first entered an MMA gym.
I moved to Houston in '98, and one day I went to this gym. Guy told me that I got a lot of potential. 3 months later, I had my first amateur fight, and I fell in love with the sport.
Less than 3 months following his first and only amateur fight, Lewis began fighting professionally. 9 wins later, he earned a UFC contract and teamed up with head coach Bob Perez, who helped accentuate his natural strengths for the entire world to witness.
Oh, big shots by Derrick. He was violent with his ground and pound.
Derrick Lewis, yet another finish.
His fan base has gotten huge. You know, kind of one of those guys, whether you love him or hate him, you know, you're going to want to watch him fight just because he's either going to knock somebody out or get knocked out.
Lewis's time in the UFC has been busy and violent. In less than 3 years, he finished 8 of his fellow heavyweights by knockout.
A guy like Derrick Lewis, Joe, is one swing away from winning this fight very viciously.
Oh, big shots. That's it.
Derrick is just a flat-out brawler, and he just knows how to sling, he knows how to fight.
Now a permanent fixture among top heavyweights in MMA,
The Black Beast strikes again.
Lewis aims to propel his career to the next level with a win over former champion Fabricio Werdum at UFC 216.
That is one frightening individual.
A win over Fabricio will put me right back in the title contention.
Oh, he's hurt. You've got to start taking this guy serious as a contender in the heavyweight division. Oh!
And I'm just smash his face in.
Oh, that's it!
In the world of mixed martial arts, Lewis remains dedicated to climbing the ranks and securing an eventual title shot.
Good.
But for the native of Houston, Texas, the recent devastation of Hurricane Harvey shifted his focus to a different fight, alongside those reeling in the aftermath.
Yeah, which way y'all went?
We're going to families that need to get rescued and also to see if people need to get saved to higher ground.
All right, I'm on my way.
All right.
Yesterday, I was out here all day, and some of these people lost everything. They got to start all over and head left and right. And sometimes you run into people that don't speak English, but everybody know help. Like something like this happening, you can see everyone just coming together, black, white, brown, you know, everyone just coming together as one. Is anyone over there need help?
It's not good.
We just go to them and you just see the joy, the relief in most of their face. Some of them you can see the sadness, you know, they lost everything. You know, a lot of people just be happy that someone just caring about them. You know, just want to help through in tough times like this. You know, sometimes that's all some people want, to just see if you care about them.
Over in the South Bay of Los Angeles, California, where residents enjoy a more stable climate, Derrick Lewis's UFC 216 opponent Fabricio Werdum prepares in the comforts of his beachside home.
I love Redondo Beach, you know? Watch this. This is perfect. Good energy, you know? It's the best.
Let's go. Fast. Knees. Good. Go. All the way up to you. Beautiful.
It's very comfortable for me, you know? My home is there. I come to the beach, training with the mic here.
Come on, baby. Beautiful. We took Fabricio outdoors because it helps him appreciate the ground a little bit more. Keep breathing.
This is very important, you know, I have good friends and a good coach and very close to me, and that's it.
Let's go, Fabricio, let's go.
When your mind is good, your body will respond very quick, you know?
Come on, baby, all the way up. Fatigue is never a factor because his brain will carry him through it.
One of the all-time great heavyweights of MMA,
Yes, he's got it.
Werdum's expert submission skills brought him early career wins.
Yeah, that's it.
And then propelled him to new heights when he ended the 10-year unbeaten streak of Fedor Emelianenko.
Here's a chance for Werdum that sent shockwaves through the sport of MMA with the win. He drops it. Werdum going for an armbar. He's got it straight. Fedor is very deep. Oh, he's down. Fabricio Werdum. Unbelievable.
Improved striker complemented his vaunted ground game.
And he's got it.
When he returned to the UFC in 2012 and consistently earned high-profile wins. He would go on to seize the interim title.
Nice knee. Beautiful. Werdum trying to finish. And it's all over. That was a legit KO. Boom. Right on the jaw.
And unify the heavyweight belts in vintage Werdum fashion.
Velasquez and Werdum. Oh, good left hook. Oh, guillotine. Full guard. Gonna lock it in. Can he get it? He's got it. It's all over. Fabricio Werdum. Unbelievable.
The undisputed UFC.
And although Cavallo lost the belt to current champion Stipe Miocic last year, he is far from finished. In the UFC's heavyweight division, the title shot is always within reach.
Oh, that is just insane.
And Werdum looks to earn one after making a statement against Derrick Lewis on October 7th.
The heavyweight division is a big difference.
This is it. Victory right here. Let's go.
We have a good fight, like a big knockout.
He's wilder than ever right now.
Good submission.
Outstanding with his submission game.
Beautiful, champ. Keep going.
I go to the next one for the title shot.
Here we go. 2, 1, and breathe. Nice.
Huntington Beach, California is home to a constantly growing super camp, where former heavyweight champion Fabricio Werdum prepares for UFC 216.
Jab cross.
On any given day at King's MMA,
One guy go, another guy back. Jab cross, side. Here we go.
top-ranked fighters and former champions enter the gym for class with master Rafael Cordero.
Isso, excelente. Finally.
The Brazilian trainer's open-door policy allows for some UFC royalty to pay a visit from out of town.
Cody, champ in the house, hey!
Team Alpha Male and Rafael Cordero have had a great relationship for a lot of years, just to competing against each other, and he's always invited us down to come train.
Jab cross, sleep, roll, cover, just like that. Make partners. People throw the kick and drop, and as soon as drop, I catch.
This is actually my first time working with Rafael. I always see him at all the fights, and it's great to have a gym away from home that makes you feel welcome.
Percut cross, boom, boom, boom. Percut cross, boom, boom. Just like that. Here we go, percut cross. Boom, beautiful. Tudum. Nice one. Catch his punch.
The gym is open for all.
If the guys come with, open mind, come here to learn and show what they know, it's more than welcome.
Hook, cross, hook, and then he kick. When I look at him, as soon as he kick, he drop his hand. Kick, and then he drop his hand and go. He cover, and then he... Boa, Werdum!
Fighters from Kings are always well prepared, and the team's patented grind will help Werdum bring a relentless pace to his fight with powerful heavyweight Derrick Lewis.
Ready up, and go!
He's danger for sure. He tried to knock down the guy all the time.
Já mata ali. Isso! Isso, Werdum. Excelente, Werdum.
Fabricio has a better cardio. Fabricio has a better stand-up. We're gonna push Derrick Lewis' cardio. Let's see if he can handle for 3 rounds.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go! 20 seconds, go! 20 seconds, Werdum. Tamo bem, campeão. Tamo bem.
A lot of people say, Derrick Lewis is explosive. I'm telling you, Fabricio is explosive. They say Derrick Lewis is strong. Fabricio is just as strong. And you guys will see that come October 7th.
2, 1, and time! Away!
1, 2, 3, victory! 1, 2, 3, victory!
É sensacional, sensacional. Foi na medida, foi na medida.
As Houston continues to rebuild from the devastation of Hurricane Harvey, the city's greatest heavyweight balances training camp with ongoing recovery efforts.
A lot of people out there still needed help. A lot of them lost their vehicles, their house got damaged, and most of their jobs are still on the water.
Beans? Yeah, that little bean.
The paper towels and the wearing paper for them. Pulling up in some of these areas, like the last 2 days, we've been out there with people sleeping in tents outside. When we pull up with the trucks, it'd be lines of 200-300 people that really in need.
What you want, ravioli? What?
Yeah. No, give me the
I believe Houston, the mayor and everyone else that came together, I believe everyone did an excellent job.
The Black Beast has always represented the city of Houston inside the octagon. But when he squares off against all-time great Fabricio Werdum on October 7th, he will pay homage to his city more than ever before.
2. It's gonna be a tough-ass fight for him, It's not gonna be easy. How I want to see this fight end is just by knockout. By a brutal knockout.
As UFC 216 approaches and training camps come to an end, the stakes of fight night set in. And for each fighter competing at UFC 216,
That's it, find your range, very good.
they will fight for more than just victory.
Need some help?
They will fight for something greater than themselves.
Keep your hands up, put your hands up, keep your hands up.
Some will fight for redemption.
30 seconds, go! Last 30 seconds!
Others will fight for recognition,
Good head movement. I like that.
for the distinction of world champion.
Okay, sprint, go, down your back.
And for a legacy that will stand the test of time.
You're not gonna be able to talk when you get inside that octagon.
Yeah, you gonna know who I am too.
Their fates will be determined under the bright lights on the sport's biggest stage. And it all goes down on October 7th in Las Vegas.